On a video where I tell people who call themselves constitutionalist patriots and sovereign citizens that they're not allowed to break the laws in this country, please leave, because we don't use the Magna Carta as literally the law, nor do we use laws that are literally about horses and buggies to regulate jet aircraft or driving a vehicle at 50 to 60 miles an hour, because that doesn't work. Someone says, well, according to your logic, then, the Constitution is invalid because it's an archaic document and times are different. No, I'm stating that over a period of time, we revise the laws to match the situation. We amend it. That's why we have amendments. Stop citing amendments if you don't want me to tell you, okay, if you're going to cite those amendments, then we have to cite you can't have your Second Amendment, First Amendment rights, because those are amendments. You have to stick with the original Constitution. Are you really a constitutionalist? Are you really wanting to just use the Magna Carta? Get the hell out of my country. You're not invited back. Don't let it hit you on the button on the way out. Where's the line when things are too archaic, or when it is a protocol for cherry picking? It's not cherry picking, which is or isn't applicable because it's too old, or local or state statutes that redefine, change, or trump constitutional rights. Your constitutional rights end when you break the law. That's it. If you don't want the law there, change the law. That's the rules. Don't like it? Don't give a damn if you like it. Get the hell out of my country. I'm not nice about this. I say the same thing to people from other countries that have diplomatic immunity. Kick him out. Well, he's important to us. No, he isn't. Fire him out of a cannon into the ocean and get rid of him. I don't want to deal with him. Wile E. Coyote these people. And I mean you too. You want to change the law, change it. If you don't want to change it, if you want to just break it so that you get to be an elitist, get out of my country. Slobbering citizens. I want to point out something pretty simple about this. It's a simple-minded thing to say, but if you're demanding that we don't have a living document of the law, then you can't have a living document of the Constitution. You can't cherry-pick it and then bitch when I point it out. The laws are currently reading that you have to have a freaking license and a freaking registration on your car. The only reason any of you really do this is to just piss and moan or avoid, getting in trouble when you're in trouble and getting caught. You just don't want any trackability, I guess. It's a little harder to go up to a car and look at the VIN number than it is to see the license plate. So you put fake license plates on and fake ID codes. I'm sorry, but you're not allowed to falsify your identification either. Any more than you're allowed to falsify the money. Well, it's good money. It's called counterfeiting. Go to hell. Now, by the way, stop faking documentation like Barack Obama's birth certificate by lying about that, too. The whole bunch of you need to be thrown into the same bucket, stirred not so gently. But anyway, back to the man-made climate change thing. I want to point out something funny-ish. The Rodin and Automata Times, Wait Mata and Kapara Gazette, Worth, Wednesday, August 14th, 1912. Science Notes and News. Coal consumption affecting climate. The furnaces of the world are now burning about 2 billion tons of coal a year. When this is burned, uniting with oxygen, it adds about such and such tons, 7 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere yearly, or something like that. This tends to make the air a more effective blanket for the Earth and to raise its temperature. The effect may be considerable in a few centuries. Okay, I want to point out something really straightforward. The petrochemical and fossil fuel industry has been suppressing factual, real science for a very, very long time. I want people who talk about whistleblowers to post a video saying it. Just because it contradicts what you want to believe doesn't mean it isn't true. Yeah, people can use it. People in the government use anything as an excuse to take away somebody's rights, but we're talking about very large corporations that employ a massive number of people, right? Look up the number one employer in the United States, number 2 and number 3. Actual jobs. It's not whether they're good paying. There aren't any good paying jobs, I guess. But really, they've been lying for decades. They did their own studies and found out that they were causing global climate change. global warming, whatever. And they just buried the report. This is an example of something really happening. You don't like the consequences, you're arguing from consequences, fine. But don't complain when I do it too. Consequences I'm worried about aren't short-term benefits for you and your family being missing because the smokestack has to have a scrubber on it. I'm talking about the planet dying, which may actually happen. But more importantly, it's going to screw up the weather. Because it will. That's it. That's the end of it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck.